watched the whole time, but we're in the lobby checking in, and the guy was really nice, and I had a full Coke that I just had gotten from Jack in the Box, and I've got, excuse me, 2 roller bags. And I go to like leave the lobby to like go up to my room, and I drop the full gigantic large Coke from Jack in the Box, and it just tumbles end over end in slow motion toward the floor, and it lands upside down on the floor and literally explodes. Like it went pop, and the top of, and like the lid like fractured and like just flew off, and Coke just sprayed everywhere. And I'm talking about, this thing was completely full. It's like 24 ounces of soda are just all over this nice floor, and the guy didn't notice. But I just checked in, so he knows who the fuck I am. I can't slink away. I've got Coke all over me anyway, so I'm just like, excuse me, I'm sorry, I dropped my soda and it spilt on the floor. He goes, oh, did you? And I'm just like, yeah, I did. I'm like, I'd happily clean it if maybe you've got some paper towels. He's like, no, we clean. And I felt like shit. I felt so bad about not being there.
He's
to, like,
Korean. He might have dry cleaned your stuff too. You should have just handed it to him. So I'm just saying, we're all thinking it, right?
I felt bad though, and I came down later and looked, and the whole lot, it had like pooled. It didn't just pool. It like made a stream and like went all the way across the lobby. And they've got all these caution signs around, and I'm like, fuck, I've ruined the lobby of this place. Like they got signs up, and they're having to direct people around my mess. It was terrible. I felt really bad.
Yeah. Well,
at least you
could have offered to help him clean up.
I did offer to help, and then let me tell you this: I woke up and I felt sick. I don't know why, but I vomited yesterday morning. Whenever I got up, I just felt I hadn't had anything to eat the night before, and I think my blood sugar was just low. I had a Wings of Redemption moment. And I just got really weak and shaky and clammy and pale, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up any second now. And all there was this big Korean like urn type thing, and I'm looking at it like I might have to puke in this fucking urn. I'm hitting the elevator button, like click 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 click, and I'm looking in the urn to see like how like sacred it is or whatever. And there's like some sand in the bottom and like a bubble gum wrapper and like the bottom of like a sucker, like a Tootsie Roll Pop or something, just a stick. There's some trash in there, so I'm like,
oh.
And I didn't vomit in it, but I did spit in it, and it was a little vomity spit that it came up and burnt a little.
When you have to go like,
like you have to
like really get it off your tongue. So I did that in their urn, and but then the elevator showed up, so I go down to the garage, and it was really cool down there and cold, and I felt like, and I vomited all in a trash can down there, and it was just nobody. I kept looking to see if anybody's seeing me vomiting in public because I feel like that's.
And why were you sick?
I don't know. It wasn't nerves. It really wasn't, because I wasn't nervous to go at all. I knew that all I was going to be doing for like the first half of the day was getting in my suit or whatever and getting dressed.
I know what you're talking about. Like sometimes if I go a really long time without eating as well, or like I just like if I miss dinner and then I don't eat lunch the next day and it's been like 19 hours, you start to just like almost get like a dry heaving feeling, where like your stomach is super tight, and if you have a drink of water, it's like it wants to come back up. I know what you're talking about.
I've had that, yeah.
It was definitely like a low blood sugar thing too, because as soon as I got like a Sierra Mist and like guzzled like 2 mouthfuls, I could instantly feel better. It was like magic. It was like metabolizing instantly and going into my brain and making me feel good again. So maybe I do have a bit of an issue with soda. They're piled up everywhere here. There's no trash can in this place. They don't have it. Now that's on them. So when I leave this place, fucking like it's gonna look like a homeless man lived in here and just because I'm
probably
gonna
used to it.
Like I don't know what to do with this box of eating pizza because there's not a fucking trash can. There is one, but it's one of those hotel trash cans. It's like yay big and like that tall. That's suitable for like your used tissue and maybe a Q-tip.
You could crush the can.
Crush what can?
Step on the can. You'll fit lots of them in the.
Well, it's not. I got like a 12-pack over there. I mean, I'm up here stomping on cans. That's not my responsibility. I think I'm just going to leave them in a big.
That's not my responsibility.
I didn't go to school for that. What if I cut my foot or something? I was about to go into Lord of the Rings talk, but I won't do that. Let's steer away.
Go ahead.
I was going to talk about when Sean Austin or Aston, whatever, stepped on that broken bottle in the river or whatever. When he's going out, he's no, Mr. Frodo, don't leave me or whatever. You know, when Frodo's trying to go off on his own, he stepped on a glass bottle and severely cut his foot open, like dozens of stitches, I think, like across the middle of his foot, and fucked himself up there.
He did.